7 to shoot now for McDaniels, who has really shown some offensive skill set. He's going to hear it, though, from the fans after the way Game 4 ended. And Julius Randle gets good numbers if you just looked at points, rebounds, and assists. But his field goal percentage is way down as Cam Johnson gets his first shot to go to shoot it. Felt like they had a number of actions that he was hesitant with in the last couple of games. Good sign there to get them on the board. McDaniels too strong. Brown clears the board. Nikola Jokic averaging 25 points, nearly 15 rebounds and 8 assists in this series, and his first one goes. And he's going to continue to go up against that stifling defense of the Stifle Tower, Rudy Gobert, who has been outstanding in this series. Another long ball from Randle.
The bounce.
Jokic and Murray, that lethal two-man game. That's a long two, and it goes, plus the foul. Jamal Murray finding his space.
Teardrop. Confidence and the efficiency on the offensive end to start the game what Denver needed.
Again, Jokic and Murray, they're averaging a count, and the others around them have to be assertive and stop watching. That's going to help with a strip from Brown. Murray running with him. Brown's going to attack, and he couldn't spin it in. Then a strip there from Johnson, but Randle gets it back. McDaniels on the fend-off, offensive foul. That's number 2.
Probably for a while here in this first half.
Terrence Shannon Jr. will come in for him as Johnson's 3 over the top and then scooped up by Gobert. Down the stretch in the regular season and loved what he did last year against OKC in the playoffs. They know that he's ready for these big moments, and right on cue he gets to the rim but he can't finish. Push, Murray attacking on Conley. They're going to go right at that 38-year-old as much as they possibly can as Johnson gets all the way to the rim.
Like how he didn't settle. Get to the rim.
Loose ball, scooped up. Spencer Jones with a runway. Their effort was excellent, but their offense just couldn't follow suit. Better start here tonight, but Randle's doing it all himself. He's got all 8 for Minnesota.
And he's being hyper-aggressive here, but he's going to need some help on the offensive end. Right now, if you're Minnesota, you got to weather the storm. You know that Denver is going to come out.
Buries it.
Come out with a sense of urgency, and it's on display.
Randle back to work. Can't respond. Murray was open momentarily. Now it's Jokic. Get it ahead for him. Murray is bumped, and they're going to call it on the floor.
In the passing lane, easy finish for Spencer Jones.
Murray more space, but he can't hit that time. Towards the end of the season, he finally got a little bit more burn. As Chris Finch said, yes, the Mike Conley month preservation as Ayo Dosunmu ready to go, feeling as fresh as he has in years now in a postseason action. Open look, Christian Brown can't hit. Us on NBC, no Dante DiVincenzo or Anthony Edwards tonight, and for the foreseeable future for Minnesota, Denver with their just much more efficient from what we've seen, and another steal. Murray off to the races against Conley, had it knocked away out of bounds, and it's going the other way.
Offensive end, possessions have not been clean. Give Denver credit, playing the passing lanes, getting to
so far in the series, they're only averaging 12 turnovers per game. Shannon all the way to the rim as he lays it in. He's in the two-man game, as is customary here at Mile High. Murray right at Conley, over the top for 2.
And that was good defense, better off.
Put up big numbers, but the field goal percentage efficiency has been way down from arguably the best two-man game in the NBA. Randle got out of it, and Shannon way off on the 3. Jokic comes away with it. Up ahead for Murray. Johnson trailing the play. He'll attack on Conley. And he finds the trailing Jones, who had it denied, but he's fouled.
Picking on Mike Conley right there. You got to respect your elder.
Right. I was always told that you're supposed to showcase that.
It's kind of like you and Ashley picking on me.
Transparent about his role. He came in and he worked his tail off every day, has earned his spot in the rotation in the postseason, started his career round for Reed. Dynamic with the ball in his hands. Nearly had it stripped, and he did. Jones comes away with it, saved it into the hands of Highland. Right down the middle, outside for Shannon. Full reset on the shot clock. They're going to say it was a possession from Denver. Highland lost it. Reed will fire. Way off. Another rebound for Jokic, his second. Now it's Murray off the screen. Working on Gobert. Bounce it for Jokic. Over Reed, and he gets it to go, plus the foul.
Just beautiful action between these two right here. You force the switch. Murray snakes the screen. Now Reed behind Jokic. Great position, and once again,
He has really struggled shooting the basketball in the series. 39% field goal percentage. Extended it to a 10-point cushion. Bruce Brown will check in next dead ball for the Nuggets as Highland draws the contact on the ground.
And of course, Shannon together are going to have to pick up the slack collectively as a group on the offensive end.
Here is Shannon attacking baseline, out of bounds. Minutes into the game, Jaden McDaniels picked up his second foul, so he's been on the bench since. Denver has taken advantage. Jokic missed that one. The extra help from Gobert, who wants to reach, will snake through, push it up, and he doesn't get the roll. Good box out by Jokic. Can't score. Couldn't get his own. Gobert does. To the outside. And a reset with 10 to shoot for Highland. Spin on Hardaway and a foul on the outside. It'll be the second team foul on Denver. First on Tim Hardaway Jr. Without Peyton Watson once again, who hasn't played since April 1st. So Julian Strawther with some first quarter minutes as Bones Highland, the former Nugget, gets one to go from the outside. Jokic gets rid of it. Strawther right back to him. Now Jokic on Gobert, way outside. Hand it for Johnson. He'll fire. Pure.
His shot, being aggressive, catch and shoot off the bounce. Exactly what Denver.
Guy that David Adelman felt could be their third scorer as De Silva responds with a triple.
How about the confidence this young man is playing with?
Finch was pretty honest that they were curious if the shooting numbers were real, as one find from Jokic inside for Hardaway.
What you're seeing is the guy.
Reed outside for Highland. He'll tee it up. Off the heel. It's going the other way. A foul on Gobert. What a start for Denver. They need the win. So that means Jokic with Denver in the bonus will get free throws. This looks a lot more like the Denver offense that we saw through the regular. Minnesota after 2 all-regular season under 100. And David Adelman has said, look, everybody likes to talk about the defense and what we don't do there. But
100%. They've been stifling with their defense, Minnesota, but Denver finding their way. And the last 2, as you mentioned, in Minnesota.
We're curious to see what the rotations would look like for Minnesota without DiVincenzo and Edwards. And Kyle Anderson is in the game. Late clock and a throwaway. Major numbers the other way for Brown. Outside it's Johnson for 3. No.
And Noah, what you're seeing with this small ball in the face, making life uncomfortable offensively for Minnesota, and the turnover showing.
Already 8 of them for the Wolves as Conley finds his spot for 2. On Saturday, Johnson off the screen, bounce it inside. Jokic, just don't see him miss that very often. 3 rebounds, 4 assists.
Yeah, good start. I mean, you mentioned that struggle with some.
Just like that, Denver had a 10-point cushion cut in half. Hardaway finds the bottom.
Hardaway streaky. But they need his performance, his confidence. He's been in big games.
And he really struggled in game 4 as Conley once again with the offhand.
I'll tell you, the longevity plan.
In his minutes so far the last 2 games. 2 for 1 opportunity here for Denver. Hardaway sets the screen. Jokic tries the 3. And the struggles continue from Anderson. Looking inside for Gobert. Knocked away by Johnson. Shot clock off. Up ahead for Brown. Challenges Reed at the rim and he wins. Every bit of that 6'9" wingspan for the nice finish. 10 seconds left in this first quarter. Highland tees it up and knocks it down. Time here for Nikola Jokic, who is the king of the heat. Bounce it, Hardaway got it off in time, but it's way.
Give him a high five. He just went right by him.
Right now, he was unfazed. He was in his flow state. And a foul's going the other way. An illegal screen against Denver. You can see it right here. Look to the right of the screen. You see Dota made 7 threes in the first quarter, tied for the second most they've made in any quarter of a postseason game since 2003. And Randall hit the first couple and has been aggressive with 8 points in the first. Gets things rolling here in the second.
As Denver found their rhythm in that first quarter, and I like getting Randall on the low block there. Let him use that physics.
As well. Back down against Randall and another offensive foul. 2 fouls for Valanciunas. Get it inside. Anderson. Good defense by Murray, and it didn't matter. Anderson floating to the bottom of the bucket. Open look for Spencer Jones. And Anderson clears the board. A chance to kick it out. Extra for McDaniels. Oh, he fumbled it. And Jones scoops it up. Jones gets all the way to the rim and lays it home. David Alleman said it when they added Tyus Jones as he draws the offensive foul.
And missed that wide open layup.
Tough one for Reed, doesn't go. The leak out Brown was open. Mo has been running the show. Murray, bounce it, Spencer Jones, extra, Valanciunas, and a travel.
Right there, good action. Jones just could not convert the pass inside to Valanciunas.
Jones floats it up and in.
And he is so skilled right there. Saw the smaller Jones just went into the paint. Showing off that left hand hook.
Now it's Jones off the screen. He'll pull. Can't hit. Rebound to Reed. And then taken by Brown. Lazy Dunas. Doubled immediately. And a whistle and a foul.
Great job there identifying.
3 for 11, while Minnesota 7 of 13 from downtown. Murray on the attack. Tough fader. It goes.
Oh, that was tough.
Can't hit on the three. Long rebound falls to Anderson. Couple of pumps. Tries to find the cutting Randall. And he spun it just off.
Has a little bit of that Boris Dia in there. Loves to pass. Very unselfish. Great feel. He's continued team director of the French Basketball Federation.
So is there ill will now with the former teammates? Is that what you're saying?
Never, never.
Well, because you have gold.
Still competing.
Yes, and Boris is one of the best and really did help to bring some of that playmaking big man style as Valanciunas finally. Minnesota expected some level of zone defense from Denver. The Sooners trying to be a zone buster and he can't hit. Looks like a miscommunication defensively though more than anything. Denver trying to take advantage of the miss. On the pull, Brown comes up short, tipped by Balance.
Turnover here for Minnesota.
Brown all alone. Valanciunas comes flying in. 10 to shoot for Randall. Anderson, running start. Reed, three. It's good. 13 from three through the first 4 games of the series. Already a couple off the bench here tonight. Now it's Valanciunas back to work on the post-up. And he just goes right through Randall. Valanciunas in, 6 straight points. Lob it up. McDaniels guides the rest home.
He's ready to get at it, knows it's a long road ahead, but he said he really appreciated Jason Tatum's words. After Tatum's game, he said, look, you obviously with that runner's knee in his right during the regular season. Well, this injury is his left knee that happened in the first half of that last game. He was diagnosed with a left knee bone bruise and hyperextension. He's out indefinitely, guys.
Yeah, look, the good news with Dante DiVincenzo, Chris Finch felt like they dodged a bullet, and they certainly did. No ligament damage in that knee, and there's a chance if they can extend this run, he can make his way back as Jokic misses another 3. Attack mode. Back down on Jones. Shimmy shake with a pump. Had it knocked away by Jones. Another turnover. McDaniel steps up on Jokic. Had the 2 early fouls in the first. Double comes from Dosunmu. Kick it. Jones 3. Bottom. 7 assists for the Joker. McDaniel's floater. In and out. Jokic with another rebound. Head up. Get it to Brown. Spin. Drive. And slam! Highland lost it, out of bounds. Straight season. On the outside against Gobert, who has taken the fight to him defensively in this series. Jokic goes right at him, and he floats it home.
His body, once again, right at the rim.
Gobert going right back at him. Comes up short. Jokic head up. Brown attacks again, and this time he lost it. And it's going the other way.
A throwback, the big guys going at it.
Talk about a throwback. Mike Conley still getting it done as Randall just grazes it over the front of the rim.
Denver not a shot blocking team, no rim protection. Got to go to the rim.
Spencer Jones takes flat for 2.
Jones, I like his
papers. He believes that it was off of Julius Randall. There's always been so much by his impassioned play today, and really anytime his team is down, as Highland comes right back with another triple.
How about that?
3:05 to play, 3:06 with the foul occurring there in this second quarter. Will sit, so the 5 on the floor for Chris Finch will be Randall, Gobert, McDaniels, Brown, Spencer Jones, Jokic, and Johnson. Deep one for Murray. And he just can't rim it in. Time to get busy. 3 to shoot for Randall. Has to put it up. got it off in time, and he can't get the roll. Rebound. Randall driving kick. McDaniels loads it up. Weak side rebound of Jones. The rest of the guys around him just kind of stood and watched. He called for a lot more movement away from the ball, screening as well as Gobert sprays it out. McDaniels off.
Still harassing Murray, being effective on both ends.
4 points on 2 of 5 shooting. Dangerous pass. Ricochets out of bounds. It'll stay here.
This spot makes it easy off the glass.
Johnson off the inbounds. Drives, and he finishes right past Gobert again. Reed, 9 to shoot. Highland picked up by Murray. Former teammates here in Denver. Hezzy pull, too strong. Jokic and Murray have accounted for 13 of the 15 Denver assists. Johnson again.
Getting downhill off those screens for baskets in the rim.
And now Jokic with a double-double, 10 points and 10 assists in this series at 8 Eastern. For more on these games, please go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app.
And another week, I'm not getting any
opportunity. Hardaway had it open on the outside. Instead, it's going to be Jokic with a floater. Could not secure it. McDaniels off the screen. He'll pull and hit again. Jokic with 2 seconds. Deep one. It goes! Nikola Jokic. Game 4, they felt like they needed to really shoulder the load and the responsibility, and the rest of the guys around them just kind of stood and watched. He called for a lot more movement away from the ball.
Murray being effective on both ends.
4 points on 2 of 5 shooting. Dangerous pass. Ricochets out of bounds. It'll stay here. Drives, and he finishes right past Gobert again. Inside Conley. A reload with Reed, and Nikola Jokic has set the tone per usual.
He has, and really 8 players on Denver scoring in that first half. 8 on Minnesota as well. The second half, he'll step up and play big. Randall's been so good for Minnesota.
Murray on the attack, and he banks it home on the opening possession of this third quarter. That is from the floor with 25 points and 15 assists between the two of them. McDaniels has been showered by the crowd all night with those boos. Randall comes up short, got his own, and he's fouled as we check in with Ashley.
As I talked to Minnesota, also we noticed they are rolling Jokic so much more this game than the previous 4. Said we really need to do a good job of tearing the pocket when that happens to take away his task for that mid-range.
Led to 14 Denver points compared to just now 8 turnovers, but Minnesota has capitalized with 12.
In Denver, they could have had 20 points off those turnovers. So, off rival, not easy for the Timberwolves.
Open look, Murray, the flyby, but he missed it. A lot of contact with Gobert, who went flailing out of that play. DeSumo looking to attack in the body of Johnson, high off the window for 2.
And that's where he is so dangerous. Downhill.
Stands his ground. Reset with 10 to shoot for Murray. Off the screen. Murray peeks. Step away 2. And a long rebound knocked out of bounds. Staying inside for Jokic, 6 to shoot. And he goes right into Gobert and draws the contact.
That old Tim Duncan move right there.
Assists for Nikola Jokic so far in his first 20 minutes of action. Team is a plus 11 while he's been on the floor. It's the perimeter time leading up to the Kentucky Derby starting Saturday at 2:30 Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Jokic splits a pair. Jokic clears his 7th rebound. Murray. Jones. 3-ball.
In this building with the altitude, Denver historically so good
this year and provided just a major punch for this group on both ends. McDaniels got it back, couldn't float it in. Jokic has another board. Skip it, McDaniels into a double. Knocked away into the hands of Conley. Trying to squeeze it in there, and he couldn't for Gobert. Johnson had taken away, but a foul on Randall.
Johnson on full display. Right now, to start this third quarter, this Timberwolves offense is sputtering.
Meanwhile, Jokic 1 rebound away from another postseason triple-double. 7 to shoot. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Murray. Then Jokic got hit after the play by McDaniels. And again, we know there's major history here. McDaniels and all he's done this series, going back to game 2, and he criticized essentially the entire Denver defense, and now Jokic comes away with a 5 to shoot. Directing traffic. Back him down. Through the contact, no. Bodies hit.
Possession, Jaden McDaniels get out in transition, try to get something early, and yeah, right call there by Jokic. Figure out how to manufacture some points here on the offensive end.
Reed tries to turn the corner, another board. Johnson will stop it, off the screen. Outside Jones, looking for another 3, bullseye! Spencer Jones! Largest lead of the night for Denver. Reed looking to quiet him. Dosunmu with 8 to shoot. Cross, float, and he doesn't get it to go. Looking to run, bounce, what a pass! And Brown was fouled by McDaniels.
The defense, so much criticism, Denver this season and in this series on the defensive end. The defense has been superior to start this second half. Clean on the offensive end, the execution is poor, and really you have to tip your hat to this defense of Denver.
Plus 17 or better. Reed cross, drive, tough one doesn't go. Got his own, and he flips it in. Jokic being guarded again closely by Gobert. 8 to shoot. Johnson off the handoff. He'll try. Long read. McDaniels quiets the crowd. Minnesota hurries. McDaniels wants to go to work. Dangerous pass. Highland will try. Can't hit the 3. And the rebound pulled in by Johnson. Up ahead for Jones. And he'll get all the way. Spencer soaring in. Game 6 in Minneapolis. McDaniels still hearing it from the crowd. Lost the ball. It was off the fingertips of Highland.
To keep playing, a lot of time left, and we've seen in this series Minnesota will continue to compete.
Also be somewhat detrimental for them in moments like that, as Murray's too strong on the floater. This is a Minnesota team that did come back from down by 19 in game 2 to come away with a win in the 4th quarter. But Reed way short on the 3.
Win here as Randall gets the steal.
And he's going to swipe and slam.
Just, Adelman talked about his group. Just be yourself. Play confident. Play together. Do what you do. And
Jokic thought about it. No Gobert in the game. It'll be Randall who will accept the defensive responsibility. Oh, what a bounce. Jokic! A run before the 4th quarter. That won't help. Another turnover. Brown on the run. Back it out. Slow it down. Wait for reinforcements. That'll come with Hardaway. Long rebound Johnson, nobody there. Reed hits the deck, he's down. Jokic got pushed, and Reed is in some real pain. Been averaging over 32, nearly 33 free throw attempts per game, making 27 of them. On the outside, Highland. Now Anderson with 7 to shoot. And he shields the basketball, couldn't finish. Randall with the offensive rebound.
I thought Denver, they closed the half strong. They went on a little bit of a run and started the 3rd quarter and really been able to extend this lead all quarter.
Off the mark from Anderson and then out of bounds off Jokic. You hear that.
Back in the day when we played the Bulls in the 90s with Michael Jordan, you're in the game and you're feeling good and they go on a run at halftime.
Denver has certainly taken advantage of that. Minnesota's 4 of 18 in the quarter, make them 5 of 19. Dosunmu
repeating. He can really try to show some resistance on this defensive end, and twice you see some illegal.
Anderson fakes the handoff. This is a Minnesota team that has proven itself through the season as a legit comeback group. On the attack, stumbled. Gobert got the deflection, and Murray got there first, tried to save it. Dosunmu has it. Then he lost it to Murray. Goes up strong, no. Got his own miss. Looking for an outlet. Instead, he just puts it in and the foul.
Incredible heart. As you said there, Murray losing the ball twice.
Guys, they pick everybody else up, but because of their own individual struggles and understanding that if they lose, it's going to fall on them.
It's in a must-win game.
Let's go to Ashley with more.
We're talking about the last time, obviously, a team came back from that 3-1 deficit in the playoff days. Said the vibe then, the vibe now of this team is the next game up instead of panicking. they get 2 more right there.
That the end of days is what so many people feel when you lose a playoff game, and certainly when you lose 3 in a row the way this team had. Steps into another one. Can't hit. Long rebound. Highland will try it. And the rebound to Jokic.
And those threes were falling with great consistency in the first half. Only 2 made threes in the second.
Oh, what a pass and finish! Jokic is going to show us after this shot from Bones Highland on the tee. It's the Connected Cam brought to you by AT&T. All the way to the basket. Now it's McDaniels. Brown recovered, but he's committed the foul. And McDaniels will shoot 2. It's the second and third attempts of the night. You can win a trip to game.
Particularly at home, and maintaining that lead can be difficult. Every time Minnesota, as McDaniels.
Anderson ripped through, spin, and score.
Nice move right there.
Finds Johnson. He has been aggressive all night, and it cans a triple. And a steal from Brown. The Avalanche.